What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my Horror Corner. I'm Drop Dead Fred. Hope you're all doing well, having a most excellent whatever time of day it is. It is spooky season. We are here, and today I have 5 free movies that are streaming right now on Tubi. So let's get to it. And if you're not familiar with Tubi, it's just a streaming service where you can watch movies. There's no payment at all. It is absolutely free. All you have to do is just sign up with an email, and pretty much that's it. Oh, you have to endure ads every so-and-so, but that's seriously not a big deal. It is so freaking worth it. They have so many movies. All right, the first movie I'm recommending is The Innkeepers, directed by Ty West, who's directed movies like The Sacrament and House of the Devil. The movie stars Sarah Paxton and Pat Healy, however you say that. During the final days at the Yankee Inn, 2 employees determined to reveal the hotel's haunted past begin to experience disturbing events as old guests start to check in. Now, I've seen this movie one time, but I remember really digging it. It's not like some over-the-top, super scary movie. It's very atmospheric, very isolated type of movie. You have these 2 employees who are like ghost hunters, and they're basically, the last weekend there, they're essentially trying to just capture whatever evidence they can, and all these like weird random guests start checking in. And I really remember just really liking the main character, Sarah Paxton. She was just very quirky and funny. I really liked her. I really liked the camaraderie between her and her friend, co-worker dude, even though he was a freaking asshole, little punk. Anyways, yeah, I really liked the camaraderie between them two. It felt very genuine, and I just remember the ending being very like, what the fuck? But yeah, recommending. It's a solid ghost story type of movie. Alright, next we have a movie that I have not seen in a while, but I saw that it was on Tubi, and I think I'm positive I've seen this in the freaking theaters. And we have Bones. Came out in 2001 and directed by Ernest R. Dickerson, who directed actually that Tales from the Crypt movie, Demon Knight. An awesome movie. Billy Zane, dude.
Horrible, isn't it?
There's Billy and there's Jada.
Billy and Jada. Do we have a deal?
And he also directed that like late 80s, early 90s movie Juice. I think that has Tupac in it.
Riverside, motherfucker.
The movie stars Snoop Dogg, Pam Grier, Clifton Powell, Catherine Isabel, and a lot of other people I'm not about to name. And it's all about Jimmy Bones, who in the late 70s was a very well-loved and respected gangster who was more of a protector of his neighborhood. But one day he's freaking brutally murdered and betrayed by his closest comrades and a fucking corporate fucking asshole cop. And 20-something years later, you have like these 4 college kids. They're basically coming back to that hometown. They're renovating Jimmy Bones' old house, which, by the way, one of my favorite things about this movie was the setting. The house itself is fucking phenomenal. But yeah, they're renovating this house. They're trying to turn it into a nightclub. And unknowingly, they end up releasing Jimmy Bones' spirit to take vengeance on the people who did him wrong. It's got solid camera work. The special effects aren't bad at all. And visually, it's a pleasing movie. Also, there's this really good documentary called History Noir, A History of Black Horror, where they actually, the director himself is in the documentary talking about all sorts of films. Very, very awesome documentary on Shudder, I believe. It should still be on there. But the director's on there talking about his movie because they bring it up. And, the stuff he talks about, he even says that he got some certain inspiration from the movie Suspiria. And I was just mind blown at this documentary in itself. But Bones is legit not a bad movie. Next, I want to go ahead and recommend Terrifier. Came out in 2016, and it's all about this creepy freaking clown called Art the Clown. The movie stars Jenna Connell, Catherine Corcoran, sorry if I said that wrong, and David Howard Thornton. And it's all about, these 2 girls, Tara and Dawn, and on Halloween night, they're leaving a party, and they end up seeing this creepy freaking guy in a clown suit. Like, one of the most disturbing fucking looking clowns ever, next to, you know what other clown was really scary? Was the one in American Horror Story. I can't remember the name. Twisty, I think? Art the Clown is fucking horrifying in himself just because of his mannerisms and like what he ends up doing. But anyways, they encounter this clown and he ends up following them to a pizzeria. And while they're in there, they're kind of messing with him. They're kind of teasing with him, taking selfies. And he ends up getting kicked out because this fool smeared shit all over the fucking bathroom, and the pizza dude is not having that. To speed things up, a series of events happens, and they end up getting abducted by Art the Clown. It is absolutely brutal and rough. There's this one scene with a fucking chainsaw, and a girl's upside down, and it's fucked up. It's very gory and graphic. I don't know. It's fucking out there, but it's definitely entertaining in my opinion. Next we have Mutant, which came out in 1984 and it was directed by John Bud Carlos. And he also did a movie called Kingdom of the Spiders, which sounds kind of cool. If you've guys seen that, let me know. The movie stars Wing Hauser, Lee Montgomery. We have Bo Hopkins, Jennifer Warren. So the story follows two brothers, Josh and Mike, and they're headed out of town for a vacation. They're heading somewhere south, and while driving, Josh decides to play chicken with some truck full of rednecks coming towards him, and he ends up freaking winning, but they double back, they run him off the road, and they end up in this small little town where people are becoming infected by some sort of toxic waste and mutating their bodies into bloodthirsty fiends. This movie is just full of just straight cheese, and I absolutely loved it. It's not mind-blowing, it's not like, holy shit, you need to go watch this right now. But when I was watching, I was like, damn, this is fucking entertaining. The special effects, like the practical effects were really good. The way they were mutating and everything. And it's got an interesting take on the zombies because they're like, they're zombies, I would imagine so. But they like mutate and they have like this type of like attack mechanism that like their hand slits open and like acid comes out of their hand. So when they touch you, you kind of like just like get disabilitated and shit. I don't know, it was really fun with some kick-ass music. And last but not least, we have 2003's Identity, directed by James Mangold, who also directed Walk the Line, that Johnny Cash movie. And this movie has got fucking so many cast. Oh man. And the movie stars John Cusack, Ray Liotta, Amanda Peet, Alfred Molina, Clea Duvall, Jake Busey, and a lot of freaking other people. It's fucking an ensemble cast. And it's all about this guy named Malcolm Rivers, who has been convicted for a series of grisly fucking murders. And his lawyers, and the night before his execution, his lawyers come up with some sort of defense, like an 11th hour defense, where there's new evidence that comes to light, and they get the judge, and they're basically going over like this series of events that occurred. Meanwhile, we have John Cusack's character who's driving like some type of like actress somewhere out in the middle of Nevada to somewhere, but it's fucking raining, a fucking crazy storm happening, and not only him, but like 8 other people end up in this small little motel with no way out of the area because of the flooding all around. And one by one, all of these guests start being fucking murdered. Crazy. And this movie has an excellent mystery and thriller aspect to it with little hints of horror because of the way I would say this was a horror movie, horror thriller. I don't know, people get so picky with these little subgenres and stuff, but it's got a great mystery aspect to it. I really enjoyed the twists and turns throughout the entire movie, especially like through the second act, some bunch of crazy shit kind of like happens, or like a revelation sort of happens, and you're just like, oh shit, okay, this is fucking nuts. And then the third act happens and you find out like kind of a big reveal, and you're just like, oh fuck. Awesome acting from like John Cusack, Amanda Peet, all of them are fucking killing it in this movie. Alfred Molina, he's like the psychiatrist, and honestly the cast alone should just fucking like, holy shit, you look at the cast list and you're like, damn, okay, let's check this out. It's definitely worth a watch in my opinion. Alright, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap the video up. Like I said, these are 5 movies you can stream right now on Tubi, absolutely for free. If you've seen these movies, let me know in the comments what you've thought. If there's a movie on Tubi that you'd like to recommend for me to check out, also let me know. I hope you all have a good one, and happy spookies.
This cowboy shit! You fucking ho-dunk, po-dunk, well then there, motherfuckers! All you have to do is give me the goddamn key!